Welcome back to the show, Lemonade with the Seth brothers. This is your host, Kunal, and in the studio tonight, we have live in person, Thomas Blackwell. Thomas, how you doing today?
So good. Good to see everybody again, I guess virtually, right? Excited to be back in Houston. And so excited to be back on Lemonade.
That's right. It's about 3 months back when Thomas
That's
was in
right.
Houston again, and we had a live on their show. And that time, I had to adapt myself, put off my Indian speaking hat, and become more American speaking hat. So I'm from India, and I mix up some of the words, the V's with W's, and where are you going? What are you doing? And that kind of stuff. And that kicks in once in a while. The Thomas name is spelled as Thomas. And on live radio last time I said, "Welcome to the show, Thomas Blackwell." And after the second time I said it, Thomas came up to me and said, "Kunal, my name is not Thomas, it's Thomas." And I still would not get it. And my business partner came up to me and said, "Kunal, remember the comedy cartoon show called Tom and Jerry? Well, say Tom and just add Thomas to it." So, guys, I'm going to say it correctly. Welcome to the show, Thomas Blackwell.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you, Thomas. So, we've known Thomas for about 6, 8 months, met him at a conference, but Thomas is a brilliant international speaker. He has impacted people at a global level. He wrote a book called Liberty of Language Revealed. This book, people take a year, 2 years. It took him 10 years to write this book. He's taken his life experiences, put them in this book. He talks about if you change your language, things change for you. So on the show tonight, we're going to have Thomas share with us key insights, chapters from his book that are going to impact you in 2022. Thomas, all yours.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here. And thank you for the introduction there. Wherever you might be tonight, I hope you'll take a moment because what we're going to talk about is going to absolutely be transformational, not transactional. And I was talking to Kunal's partner, the other Seth brother, Sonnet, about that tonight. And really think about how you talk right now and how you speak. That I didn't set out to do this, but essentially in the book, we talk about, and we proved it. We proved it physically, we proved it emotionally, we proved it neurologically, we proved it scientifically, we prove it even spiritually, and that truly our words are our wands. Our words are our magic wands that when we say stuff, it's going to happen. And so, many years ago, I was in a program called Boy Scouts. And it's an American program where young men are taught how to do life skills. And we would go on campouts. And these campouts, we would go in the wilderness in tents and sometimes just on the ground. But there was this unwritten rule that we had, and it was any place that we went, we left it better than we found it. So maybe there was some trash on the ground. Maybe it wasn't nicely, they didn't clean up after their fire perhaps. But we left it better than we found it always. Now in life, now that I'm much older, I've adopted that same rule with people. I want people to be better than I found them because they had interaction with me. And you think about that, are people better because they had interaction with you, or are they worse perhaps, or are they just the same? Life is so blessed, and we have this blessed time to have small interactions every day. And so one of the chapters in the book is called The Rate of Vibration of Our Daily Greetings. That we literally greet people and we can raise their vibration. When you have a high vibration, you have positive circumstances. When you have low vibration, it's negative circumstances. And we can literally bring people up by just how we greet them. Whether saying, "Hey, I'm not bad." Think about those words. I'm not too bad, right? Or it's an incredible day to have an incredible day. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I'm so blessed. Life is, I'm full of gratitude today. All these things I can lift people, and also finding out how they're doing and that sort of thing. So that's just a big part of it, but literally how we speak to people, that's another chapter in there, is people tend to act how you speak to them. But I was having a thought knowing that I was coming on this show, and it was about investments, Kunal, that people right now, there's a lot of investments out there, right? There's investments in homes, There's investments in things, and we all want things to appreciate. We all want things to go up in value. We want our money to go up in value. But as we know over the course of history, since the world's been around, people, home values have gone up, and then we've had 2008s, and they've gone down, and they've been all over the place. Stock market's gone up, stock market's gone down. Even currency like Bitcoin and stuff like that, it's gone up, it's gone down, it's been, if you hit it just right. But is there an investment out there, I was thinking about this, that will always have a return and a strong return on your investment? And if there was, guaranteed 100%, and you have it for life, would you want to invest in that?
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what is that investment? Well, Warren Buffett, a very wealthy gentleman and respected in industry of money, said the greatest investment we can make, and I'm at edge here, whatever he says, I'm going to do it. The greatest investment we can ever make in our entire lives is what? In ourselves. You are the asset of your life. And oftentimes that word ROI, which stands for return on investment, people want the return without putting in the investment. And I think oftentimes life is that way. We want this microwave society. We want microwave success. But I know your story, Kunal, and Sonnet, Seth, as well, that this isn't a microwave success story. You've laid foundational blocks. And you show me anyone who's accomplished anything in life, they have put a lot of foundation into investing in themselves. And you're great examples of that. So here's some numbers. Here's some data that successful people, really successful people, will put at minimum 3%, at least, if not 10% of their budget for putting it back into themselves, really recognizing that they're going to put that investment into themselves. You see, wealthy people are never sold anything.
Mm-hmm.
They're never sold anything. A wealthy person is never sold anything. They see value and they invest. And so it's a completely different mindset. So if in the selling world, if you want to sell somebody something, show them enough value and they will invest in it. And there's this saying that if to really go to the next level of living an abundant life, you must stop spending your thoughts. You must stop spending your time. You must stop spending your money. Everything in life must be an investment. So am I going to invest my time, in my relationship with my spouse? I'm going to get a return on that. I'm going to invest my time into building a business. I'm going to get a return. I'm going to invest my time and energy and resources into myself. I'm going to get a return on that. So I want people to be thinking about that, especially in 2022. If you want the most out of 22, start with you. Start with you, recognizing that if you want things to get better, you have to get better.
How do you make yourself better, Thomas?
Well, one of the fastest ways for things to get better is through our words, right? Here we go. And people are going through the motions oftentimes, right? They're going through the motions of just movement. And listen up, my friends. Do not confuse movement with improvement. Do not confuse movement with improvement. Just going through the motions, right? I get up every day. I showed up to work. Showing up is certainly part of the battle, but improvement of why are you better? So it's an evaluation to ask these heavier questions of myself. Where can I improve? How can I get better? What can I learn? There's a lot of talking about our language. Look, I can talk about 2 words versus 4 words in talking about gratitude, for example. One of the fastest ways for you to appreciate in life is to appreciate more in your life. So when I say appreciate, real estate people, it's an exciting word because when things appreciate, it goes up in value. I fix up the bathroom, the kitchen, I add more value and it appreciates. Well, when a person will appreciate, I have to add some value to me. If I want myself to go up in value, I have to add something to me. But one of the fastest ways to do that is in the word itself, to appreciate more in life. So back to the 2 words versus 4 words, that there's a whole chapter in the book called The Language of Gratitude, Thankfulness, and Appreciation. Being grateful for more in your life. So you can have a situation and the person who let's say it was a rough situation. 2 words versus 4 words. If person at a tough situation says, "Why me?" What happens is they become a victim immediately. There's no progression. Why me? They're sort of shaking their fists at heaven, right? And say, why did this happen to me? The other person says 4 words instead of 2, and it's, what can I learn? When a person says, what can I learn? It's open to progression. It's open to possibility. It's open to, everything's a learning. I see everything as a learning opportunity. What can I learn from this? And so I'm going to get better, and I'm going to be grateful for it no matter what. So that's one of the fastest ways for a person's life 2022 to get better is find the gratitude in all things. And it's just like the root. Love, gratitude is the root of abundance.
With what's happening in the global economy right now, Thomas, with COVID-19, coronavirus, we're still dealing with that. And people who have had medical issues or have had somebody in the close life suffer with that, they do say, why me? Why? But what can you learn from that? Adapting and learning, creating a business model that's not dependent on opening your store physically or going to a workspace to do your business. That's adapting. This is where the virtual world of doing business online is the next way.
Yeah.
What has your experience been through the lessons learned from COVID-19?
Yeah, really it's people's response to that event. So there's a formula that you know that I use often. It's called E plus R equals O.
E plus R equals O, all right?
E plus R equals O. It stands for event plus response equals the outcome. The only thing we can control in that formula is the response to the event. None of us could have controlled COVID-19, for example. Only thing I can control is my response to COVID-19. So some people, they say, this has ruined my life. And what's their outcome? Their life is ruined. Others said, what a great opportunity to pivot, to figure out how to make this work. What can I learn? Virtual, this, that, and the other. And they've had some of the best years they've ever had. And just like me, in my world, my whole 2020 was built out with events. I speak all over the world. And all of a sudden, it came to a halting stop. I'd just gotten back from Madrid, Spain. And before that, I was in Hanoi, Vietnam, speaking. And I had my whole year built out. And all of a sudden, one day after another, every event was either rescheduling or just coming off the books because they didn't know what to do with all of that. And I could have tucked myself in a closet and in a fetal position and said, hey, life is ending. Or, like I did, I said, something great is going to come from this. And I spent the whole year at home, right? And that was wonderful too, and figured out this whole virtual world. And so just so many blessings from that. An executive came as a CEO and said, hey, will you write my book? And so I ghost wrote his book. And just so many opportunities came as a result and avenues that I had to explore because I said something's great is gonna come out of that. And I made myself available to do that. So inside of this and in life, it is our response. If your response is positive, you get a positive outcome. If it's negative, you get a negative outcome. And we can all be in the same event. Let me share a story. Many years ago, there was a study done about two brothers. And these two brothers grew up in the same household, obviously, and they had a father who was unfortunately very abusive, and he had some issues with alcohol. So he was abusive to the boys, was alcoholic, and they didn't talk much about the mother, so I don't know where she was at in the picture. But then they did an actual documentary on their lives. Now, why would they have done that? Is because their lives, when they were adults, were so polar opposite. They grew up in the same house, the same event, but they responded to the event completely differently, and their outcomes were different. One brother was totally successful in every sense of the word. In every way you can measure success, he was successful in his workplace. He was successful in his community as a community leader, in his church that he went to. He had a successful marriage, and his kids revered him. Every aspect, you know what I mean, was successful. But then the opposite, his brother was homeless, was addicted to substances, He had children he didn't even know about. He cursed the heavens. He cursed the community. He said, why believe in anything? And so just these, literally, they had to find this brother who was homeless and this other brother who's successful in every sense of the word, how you might measure success. And they brought them together and they said, how is this possible? Two brothers growing in the same environment, the same factory. How do you get two completely different products in the same factory? Well, the difference is their choice of response. One brother, the successful one, said, thank you to his father for showing me exactly how I do not want to be. Right? And what's interesting is that all they had to do is ask him one question. The question was, so it's a documentary, and they said, why are you the way you are? Without them knowing or rehearsing, and in separate times, they actually said the exact same answer.
Wow.
Guess what the answer was? I am the way I am because of my father. One took it to one level and said, I will be the father I never had, and I will be grateful to him to show me exactly how not to be. And the other one cursed his father and said, because of my father, right, I have all these things, and I'm doing all these things, and I had a terrible childhood. One said, why me? One said, what can I learn? And that made completely different outcomes from it. And that's how life will be. Even right now, with the things that we have the opportunity to see them through like different lenses, right? A wise man, Dr. Wayne Dyer, said it this way. He said, Thomas, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So really what the book has done in this movement, while I speak to people, I just put on a new set of lenses, Kunal, of saying, well, maybe just look at it a little bit differently. That maybe there's, not just maybe, I know there's good that can come from this. And what if you have been creating your reality, which I prove in the book, your whole life? And if you're not on the path that you want, you simply change how you speak about it, and it will change. And so that's a big part of that. Like, remember the captain in the ship example, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So the way
Aye, Captain. You
Aye, Captain.
Tell your body in the morning it's going to be a great day. Well, it will be a great day. You wake up Monday morning. Oh, it's Monday. We had a great weekend. Why can't I have a long weekend every week?
Right.
When you think that way, what does your body say? All right, Captain.
Aye,
You want it
Captain.
to be a sucky day or a non-productive day? Well, that's how it's going to be. But when you say, it's going to be an incredible day, I'm going to have a great time, going to be positive, things turn that way for sure.
They do. You're so right. And basically we know what a ship is, and we know what a captain of a ship is. People, the faster you can understand that we are the captains of our own ships, the better we are off. Because when a captain says, sail towards the promised land, he gives the command. The crew that operate the ship, what do they say? You said it. Aye, Captain. If the cap's saying, great, sail towards the promised land, there's zero disobedience from the crew. They go to work to make it happen. If the captain, interesting enough, said, crew, I want you to sink this ship,
Aye, Captain.
they would literally say, aye, Captain, and we'll make that happen for you. There's zero disobedience. And the same thing is with our life, like you just said. Hey, Mondays are terrible. Nothing great ever happens on Monday. The crew just said, aye, Captain. We'll make that happen for you. And you wonder why your Mondays are so bad. Another person says, I love Mondays. Great things are always happen on Mondays. The crew says, aye, Captain. We'll make that happen for you. Something great's going to come from this. That's what I said about COVID. And it has, and it has, and it has. So whatever you say happens. And so that saying, it's interesting. I have people that print that aye, Captain out. It's all over the world. It's by their computers. It's in the hallway. It's at their homes. It's on their mirrors. And they'll send me pictures to help them, remind them that they are the captains of their destiny, that they are the captains, and how they command the crew is what they're going to experience in life and what they have been experiencing. So,
and last time you were in Houston, Texas, we actually had you speak at our office. We had about 80, 85 people.
Yeah.
And you picked random people from the audience. And one of these guys was probably 6'3", 6'4", built really well. And you brought him on stage and you gave him some commands, a suggestion that he commanded himself.
Yeah.
whether he's going to be strong or weak, different words that he was speaking out loud. And as he would speak them out loud, reaction, how his body felt
Yeah.
after that was mind blowing.
Yeah.
And that guy was almost in tears, being ashamed in front of 80 plus people that, how could you make me feel so weak? And you said, it was not me, my friend. It was you commanding your body, your mind to say you're weak. When you tell yourself you're weak or you're going to have a bad day, it just happens intuitively. And what's crazy is I'd read about your concept, seen you on YouTube, watched you here and there, but seeing you live in person in Texas a few months back was mind blowing. And that's what Thomas is in Houston this week for. Tomorrow at 10 a.m., Thomas is going to be in our office doing a 2-hour coaching session all about his book, Change Your Language, Change Your Life, and has impacted millions of people at a global level. He's traveled all over the world. He trains people, companies, organizations. Army generals come and listen to his talk, and they change the way they operate on a daily basis. And we bring Thomas to Houston on a regular basis, share his knowledge base, share his expertise with the Houston market. So if you're listening in tonight and you want to see Thomas live in action tomorrow, and also I may feed you some lunch as well, possibly, then show up tomorrow. This is 2022. COVID variable came, it's still around. There'll be another variable this year or next year. It could be another Harvey. It could be anything in their life. But if you're wired correctly to think of things positively, only thing that'll stand between you and a success is going to be you. So it's up to you. You want to get more success in 2022? Engage, invest in yourself. It's going to cost you nothing, literally $0, except your time. Show up tomorrow. The event is in Sugarland in our office. Our office address is 14090 Southwest Freeway, Suite 220 in zip code 77478. Tomorrow morning from 10 to 12, Thomas is going to be in the office. We're expecting about 125, 130 people to attend the session live. If you're listening in tonight on Facebook or on Hum Radio, save the address tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. 14090 Southwest Freeway, Sugarland. You want to get there? Text me or call me. I'll give you directions how to get there. I'll even maybe book a Uber for you because what? Uber successful people take Uber amount of time, invest in themselves to engage, to get trained and coached on a daily basis. My direct cell phone number, guys, is 281-900-3816. It's a blessing. You have Thomas live in action in Houston, Texas today. It's not going to cost you anything but your time. 2-hour time investment with Thomas in person is going to change your life. It's going to change how you're going to grow in 2022 and years to come. Thomas, share with us what are people going to be treated with tomorrow? What strategies are going to share with them that's going to get them abundant success in 2022?
Well, first off, I want to recognize you for putting this together in your team because they are using their resources to bring me in. They're putting up the financials to you. What this team recognizes is if they want their sphere of influence to get better, you know what I mean? If they want their businesses and their lives to get better, their sphere of influence has to get better. The environment has to get better. So literally, they understand clearly, and this is a higher level of thinking, that in order for them to improve, you have to improve. The people they serve have to improve. And so what a tremendous opportunity they've brought me here in and covering those things. Do this. Take 2 hours and invest in yourself, the time, and guaranteed it'll be transformational. We have the proof all over the world of what's happening right now. So tomorrow, listen, if a smallest thing changed for you, when you change your language, you will change your results. These are facts. You will change your environment. You will change your life. And so the understanding of this is also crucial to understand, to see it, to feel it. And also, you will probably meet someone tomorrow. You'll probably meet someone who also was there investing in themselves. Wouldn't it be nice to hang out with people more often in your life who want to invest in themselves? We hang out plenty with other people who are just going through the motions. Remember, do not confuse movement with improvement. And your next level of where you want to be is not the same person you are right now. Like if you want things to change, then you have to change. The current status that you're at right now is not the current person to achieve the levels that you desire. And as I'm speaking to you, do you want something more? I'm not just talking about money. That's probably 3 or 4 or 5 down on the list. I'm talking you as a person, whatever your role is in life. Are you a husband, a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, whatever your roles are, a teacher in your community, whatever that might be? When you put time and effort into improving, things get better. Things get better. So let this be a great start to you saying, you know, I'm going to do something, whether it's once a month, once a week, getting that mindset and hanging out with like-minded people who all want things and life to get better, so they know it has to start with them. That's just as valuable as me being there and talking is who you're rubbing shoulders with and environments. And you come and see the environment that the Seth brothers have put on. It's impressive. I leave a better person every time. So they have that motto because of that. You know, how can we make Thomas's life better? And that's what attracted me to them, is they figured it out. They figured out if we can make Thomas's life better, then a lot of other people's life can get better. But they treat everyone like that, and it's one of the most unique things. It's the concept makes perfect sense, but you all live it, and it is tremendous to me. So you're very gracious giving them your cell phone. You know, people say, "Well, I'm sort of waiting for my ship to come in." You've ever heard that?
Tell me about it.
Okay. I'm waiting for my ship to come. It's a common American saying. I'm waiting for my ship to come in. I'm waiting for something great to happen, you know, to me. Well, the thing about life is every single person's ship has come in. It's just 1 mile out from the shoreline. And people say, why am I not more successful? Or how are they successful? I'm not. Everybody's ship to take them to their promised land is out there. You just have to jump in the water and swim to it. And there might be some sharks along the way. There might be some obstacles. But a friend of mine, the Ziglar family, Zig Ziglar, said, obstacles are the things we see when we take our eyes off the goal. Obstacles are the things that actually show up when we take our eyes off the goal. So it's out there. Success is right there in every aspect of your life. You just have to jump in the water and start swimming. And the people that invest in themselves, Kunal, are those people that say, you know what, I'm going to come tomorrow. I'm going to take the first step. I'm going to jump in the water. I'm going to start swimming because I know there's a prize at the end. And it starts with you getting better. If you want things to get better, you have to get better. And this is a tremendous opportunity. I flew in here. You all have brought me here to pour into whoever comes tomorrow. Is it worth changing your schedule? Yeah. It's interesting what we change our schedules for, right? The doctor or the dentist says, the only day I can meet with you is Wednesday at 11 a.m. in Sugar Land, Texas, at that address, 149, whatever it was, right? We will move mountains.
Correct.
Everything to have someone come drill in our face and pop out a tooth, right? And go through pain because they said, this is the only time I can do it. Think about how a little skewed that thinking is. And now we're saying we're going to guarantee that something's going to transform in you for you to get better. Is it worth you switching some things around, making it a priority, making yourself a priority? 100%. This will be one of those times improvement will happen just by you coming. So I'm excited to see you tomorrow.
I'm going to share with us, you've been to a lot of different countries, different continents. Where all have you been and talked about your book, talked about your philosophy?
Yeah, so in 2019, I've spoken 12 countries in 12 months and 5 continents. I've done this, presentation in English, Spanish, all over the world. And what's interesting about that is some might say, well, does this really apply to the people in Nairobi, Kenya? Does it really apply, to the people in Jakarta, Indonesia? And what we found is the only way that applies to them is if they use words on a daily basis. And interesting enough, they all do. They all use words on a daily basis. And so that's what's phenomenal. So another thing I've learned is everywhere in the world, people want things to get better in some aspect. Nobody woke up today. I'm taking a stab in the dark with you listening here. Nobody woke up today or will wake up tomorrow saying, "God, I hope things gets worse today. I
No,
hope
it's
things,
correct.
don't improve at all." We everywhere we go, we want things to improve. What did I say before? If you want things to improve, you must improve. It's the first step. You're the foundation to all that. So that's what they're going to get, and that's what people get all over the world. If they can take one concept, that people tend to act how you speak to them. I'll talk about that tomorrow, of how we serve people, how literally the people in your life are acting how you speak to them. And so it's going to be a consciousness. It's going to be an evaluation, really, of where can we improve and what can we get better at. So super excited about it.
We all set up visions and goals every year.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year, weight loss, or more success, or more money to be made. This is an opportunity for you to get coached, mentored by someone in person who's traveled all over the world. And we bring him into Houston at the Seth Brothers office tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Address is 14090 Southwest Freeway, Suite 220. You want to get there? Call me, text me, 281-900-3816. As a team, we invest in being coached, mentored for a very long time. We made the team in 2014, and we've had uber success. It's not because we work hard every day. Of course, we do that, but we invest in getting coached, mentored on a regular basis. In 2021, between me and a business partner, we went to 21 conferences. And most of these conferences were outside of Texas, all the way from Florida to Vegas to California. We traveled all the country because we wanted to be in front of people, learning from them, learning strategies, getting the right mindset. And those conferences are making us hundreds of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. That's additional income because we're open to listening, we're open to learning. Now, it's a blessing. We have Thomas in person in Houston, Texas. So if you're listening in and you want to get uber successful or get happier in life, what do you got to do? Invest 2 hours of your time. And it's in your backyard. It's in Houston. It's in Sugarland. It costs you nothing but just your time. What's going to stop you tomorrow are your excuses. Oh, I got this going on, that going on. But if this one engagement can get you in a better mindset, your mindset is right and you're positive thinking, things will turn positive for you. Someone coming to coach you, mentor you, that only takes your time, there's no reason, excuse why I should not be there. So again, call me, text me. My direct cell phone number is 281-900-3816. I'll get you a free ticket to attend this session. We'll also have lunch over there, 10 to 12 tomorrow in Sugarland at 14090 Southwest Freeway, zip code 77478. Cell phone number again is 281-900-3816. Text me. I'll put you on the list and get you over there. We're expecting about 125, 135 people. We still have room, but it's limited. If you want to get there, text us tonight. Thomas, any final words you will share with us? Because some people listening in may actually have a conflict or they just cannot take time off. Any final words of advice for them to get more success or be happier in 2022, Thomas?
Very simply, when I heard this phrase, it was several years ago, actually here in Dallas. I was at a conference investing in myself, the greatest asset that I had. And the person from the stage said this. I wrote it down and I've kept it in my pocket, in my suit pocket for many, many times. And it was this: when you lose your excuses, you will find your results. When you lose your excuses, you will find your results. And oftentimes what stands between uber results and staying stagnant and just movement versus improvement is they let the excuses be their response to the event. And that's their outcome, more excuses. When you lose those and wipe those clear, you will find your results. And this is a tremendous opportunity for people to do that. And it's been neat to see because we've had people move around their schedules and they come and it's been transformational. It's absolutely been so treat it like a dentist appointment, right?
Yeah.
You know your teeth are going to get better by going to that appointment. Well, you know your soul, your body, and mind, spirit, everything is going to get better, and your results are going to get better, guaranteed.
And this session, this seminar, you've done a few times for us in Houston, Texas. First time we had somebody we know attend the session, and she was blown away by the session. And next time she said, "Hey, is it okay if I bring my husband?" And next month, husband showed up. The following month, "Hey, can I bring my son, brother-in-law, and sister-in-law?" The third time, we had the whole family sitting over there. We had this teenage kid. He's 16 or 17-year-old, young adult, thinking of going to college, and he is kind of leading direction, needing to be told what to do, what not to do. And while the parents have the best interest for this kid, but an outsider, when they share their lessons learned, what they have adapted and learned over the years, and why they're successful today, Thomas shared, had such a huge impact on this 17-year-old kid. And even today, the parents call me and tell me, "Wow, thank you, Kunal, for bringing Thomas to Houston, allowing my son to be there." So if you cannot be there, send your spouse, send your parents, send your friend, send your kids. You got to have someone from your family attend this session. It costs you nothing but just your time. You want to get more success in 2022? Get engaged, get coached, get mentored. Thomas Blackwell is an international speaker. The book he's written is mind-blowing. He has impacted millions of people all over the world. And he is in Houston this week, speaking live in Sugar Land tomorrow. Text me, call me. I will get you a free ticket in your hand. I'll also feed you some lunch. What else can you ask for? So come in tomorrow, 10 to 12, at office in Sugar Land, 14090 Southwest Freeway, Suite 220. Guys, you've been listening into Lemonade with the Seth brothers. When life throws you lemons, what do? You make lemonade. The lemons run at you. Let's make some lemonade tomorrow. Let's get energized, excited, because Thomas Blackwell is in the house. Thomas, so great having you on the show tonight.
Thank you.
We're looking forward for you to sharing your knowledge base, sharing your mindset, and letting people know they can achieve what they want to achieve. When they tell their body, tell their mind, and this will say, "Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain."
Yeah.
That's signing off, guys. We'll see you back next week. Tune in tomorrow. Come live to our office and see
you
Thomas in
tomorrow.
action. 10 to 12. Text me, call me, 281-900-3816. Office address 14090 Southwest Freeway, Suite 220. When life throws you lemons, what do? You make lemonade.
6 days a week, 12-hour shift. You can always do something right, even if it's going wrong.
Is this what you want to do, or is there something else you